Hello, thank you so much for being here. Welcome back. Today we're doing a really interesting reading about what are you not seeing. Sometimes we're dealing with a person, a situation, a goal, a relationship, something in our life that we don't understand why we can't make that shift. Do we need to release something? Do we need to embrace something? Is there some sort of magic formula that we're overlooking? And when my guides will download the perspective or belief shift or habit that I have, or whatever it is that is the missing piece for me, you feel this huge breakthrough feeling of like, oh, finally, I understand how I can adopt this new behavior or achieve this goal. So I love that feeling of enlightenment that we get when we finally discover that missing piece. And I actually had a different reading plan today, and my guides downloaded this idea to me instead and suggested that the collective might be more in need of this type of reading. So what are you not seeing? What are you missing in order to move on to the next step of this manifestation that you want, or deal with the situation? Whatever it is, there's going to be different situations for every pile. Also, I just wanted to say thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed. Subscriber 37, 38, 39, 40. Thank you so much on the last few videos. It's so encouraging to a new channel. I'm not a new reader, but I am a new channel on YouTube. So I so appreciate the encouragement, and anyone who's been leaving a comment. It's been so nice to connect with you, see that the readings are resonating and have that energy exchange, because that helps make your readings more precise, because the more people's energy that I can tune into who are here, I can pick up on it more easily. When you leave a little comment, even if it's just a heart or something like that, it just becomes a little bit more easily identifiable to me as a channeler and as a reader. So it's just making this community more amazing. So thank you so much. I can't even express actually how much it helps me as a reader and how much it means to me as a human. So thank you so much. Sending much love to all of you guys. It's been so much fun to connect with some of you. And I know you might think, oh, I just left a heart, but it's so meaningful to me when you know that there's a message out there for someone. To know that it reached someone who it was intended for is like nothing more satisfying to me as a reader. So without further ado, we have 4 piles, and we also have a new way we're going to pick today. I'm going to just channel additional information for who the pile might be for. I'm not sure exactly what's going to come out, but I was trying to choose items to assist you, and Spirit was like, why don't we just tell you who it's for? Kind of like that if you watch Seinfeld, if you're at 80s maybe, and you watch Seinfeld, and Kramer has that part where he's trying to pretend he's a movie phone, and I think Elaine calls her Jerry, and he goes, why don't you just tell me the name of the movie you want to see anyway? So if you're a Seinfeld buff, that's how they said it to me. So let's begin. Pile 1. Here's the thing. Here are the ways that you can choose by. The purple moon, if that draws your attention, the card is luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius, if any of those draw your attention. And I'm just going to quickly channel additional things. If there is in the time right now a 2, an 11, a 4, if those numbers are meaningful to you, if your name has a K, an E, an A, an O, an S, or a Z, or an M, your first or your last name. Now, you don't have to have these things to pick the pile. If you already feel drawn to it, then you already know. Your intuition has told you. But if you were unsure, or if you want further verification on which pile to choose, those are some meanings for pile 1. Pile 2, the yellow mustard moon, and your card is confidence is your key to success, new moon in Leo. Again, I don't know, I haven't filmed the piles yet, so I don't know what's in the pile, so it doesn't necessarily mean that this card is what it's going to be about. So go with what you're drawn to, because if you're new here, or if you're not new, you'll know the message comes out regardless of what the initial card is. So just go with your intuition. And additional ways to choose for you are, if you have recently eaten popcorn, watched a movie, okay, I'm seeing a lion, so I think Leo energy. If you have African heritage or your name or your culture is African, they're showing me African safaris. If you've been on an African safari, anything else? The sun. So if you resonate with the sun or you're drawn to the sun, those could be, they just said sun sign, so maybe if Leo's your sun sign, those could be indicators to choose pile 2. Pile 3, you have the turquoise moon. They just said to me water, so that could be indicator for you. Don't let your past hold you back with the South Node card. And let me just tune in quickly. A again, 1769511 again. I think some of those were in pile 1. If those numbers are in the time or in your phone number or in your street address. A lot of A's like Alaya, Alia, Ava, Aaliyah. Anything else? Okay, they just said zoo or Zoolander. So if you just watched Zoolander or you went to the zoo or you're a zookeeper, sorry if these sound bizarre, but it is what it is. You all have different things that will be meaningful to you. And pile 4 is the indigo. I don't know the crystals for these. I'm so sorry. It might be lapis lazuli. I'm not like a great on names of crystals. Sorry, did I hold that up? That moon. And the hold your vision card with fixed moon. And let's see. They just said moon, 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 moon. So maybe if you resonate with the moon or your last name is Moon or something, or if you were just looking at the moon, could be other ways to choose. And let me see if anything else comes out for you. Chocolate, if you just ate chocolate or you were craving it or something. Workout. So if you were just working out or you're like a big workout buff. Something with an S, last name could be Singh or Sign or something with an S. And Sully, I heard. Okay, so go ahead and tune in. You can choose in any of those ways or just with your own intuition. You can also choose more than one pile or all. Sometimes I listen to all the piles if I'm enjoying a reading. It's whatever you are personally drawn to. And I will see you in your pile and we will find out what the missing ingredient is, what's the key, what's the secret thing that we need to know to move forward on your path. Wow. Okay, hi pile 1. Luck is on your side is your initial message with new moon in Sagittarius. So let's start getting messages on what are you missing. So there could be something on your mind, or it could just be generally you're like, kind of feeling stuck, kind of feeling stagnant. Kind of feeling stuck, kind of feeling stagnant as the waiting game comes out. Oh, 2 2s. Okay. So interesting synchronicities going on here already. You have mental conflict coming out and the waiting game. Very strong energy. Your intention and your desire to know this is very strong because the message is coming out already very clearly and in a very clear way. So you could be someone who thrives or responds to things that really make sense. You could have more of a logical mind. You could be earth energy, Capricorn, Virgo. Why am I completely drawing a blank on the other earth signs? Bro. Okay, wow. I've never forgotten their signs because I'm an earth sign. Anyways, clearly it's not irrelevant. And they'll tell me in a second. But yeah, you could be someone who's just very like by the book and feels best when things are scientifically based. So it's kind of interesting that you're at a reading. You might be like me where you just equally believe in like science and logic as you do the spiritual realm, and you're kind of like paradoxical in that sense. I can still not remember the other earth signs. This is like hilarious. I'm like going through them all in my mind. Okay, I feel like that has some sort of meaning. Door to Value coming up, card 31 for you. I'm going to put that with luck is on your side. I'm actually really not surprised that that came out because as soon as I read this card that first came out for the initial cards and it said luck, I thought of this kind of like money, lotto, something just kind of popping into your world, very lucky energy surrounding you. Oh, Angel of Love. Interesting. Some love coming up here. Now, this can also be something you love. Card 49. Falling in love with something, an activity, a pursuit, a hobby, a pet, a career. Virgo, Capricorn. All I can think of is all the air signs and the water signs and the fire signs. Okay. That's just like literal jokes. That's like forgetting my first name right now. Like that's how funny that is that I can't think of the other two. Or the other, did I say the other two? Oh, because you have all these twos here. I don't know what's going on in my brain. I'm having like a... Okay, we're going to move on because when I try and channel and then think of something with my ego brain, I short circuit. So we'll just stop doing that. Okay. But I think that's a message for you. It could be that you're trying to think too much with your linear logical mind, this mental conflict. And you have to allow a little bit more of like the spiritual miracles. You have to wait for the download of information. This is what happens. If I can't remember something where I put my keys or an idea, like I said at the beginning of this, for me, I have to trust and wait for the perfect timing of the idea, the solution, the whereabouts to pop into my mind. And I always say it's like my guides airdrop it into my mind, like airdrop you would on an Apple phone. It just appears there. I couldn't think of it. I couldn't remember it. I couldn't see it. I couldn't find the answer. I couldn't see the way out. And then all of a sudden it's just like, boom. Because it's we that have to be on the frequency to receive. It's just like an airdrop. You have to be like the phone. You have to have enough space. You have to have enough storage to accept the airdrop. You have to be compatible with the device. You have to be on the same frequency to receive that information from your guides, because they're always projecting it. They're not holding it back. They're always projecting the path, the solution. The answers are always there. That's why people say everything you need is within you. It's just a matter of when you're in a state of clarity and a frequency that you can receive it. And when we're in anxiety, when we're frustrated, when we think we can't find something, like I can't remember the other sign right now, when you are in I can't energy or frequency, you can't be on the frequency of I can, or I do, or I found. So that's a very interesting thing to note. It could be what's kind of holding you back so far, or the key to unlock that door is your own internal state. And if you are in mental conflict, if you are seesawing about something, you won't be able to line up with either frequency. Sometimes the best decision is to just make a decision, because it allows you to move forward and it may help you to see. Sorry, a lot of information's coming in channeled before I can even pull your cards here. For example, if you don't know what to do, this is one of my own tricks. If I have to make a decision about something, like a Two of Pentacles energy or a Two of Wands, make a decision. Just say to myself, I'm just going to make a decision and see how I feel. You don't have to act on the decision yet. That's the key. But in your own mind, say, okay, do I want, at the most simple, pizza for dinner or pasta for dinner? So you really don't know. Both seem good. You don't want to have both because you'd be too full. So you say to yourself, okay, I'm going to have pizza. So pretend mentally that you made that decision. Then see how you feel about not having the pasta. If you're like, oh, you instantly feel a little bit deflated or disappointed, like I wish I had chosen the pasta, then you know that's your answer. You still have the longing for that. But if when you choose, you're like, okay, yeah, I feel good about that, then you know that you made the right decision. So that could be help you if it's between two jobs, between two people. Sometimes mentally making the decision within yourself will show you if you have disappointment about not choosing the other thing and how much disappointment there is. And sometimes that's very telling. I see that I see that one of the things is a door to value. It's going to be very prosperous for you, financially stable. And then I was going to say, and I see the other thing is the Angel of Love and a romantic option. So it could be that you feel between two things for some reason. Do I go after love or do I go after the money? And I'm wondering why you can't have both of them, or you think you can't have both. Is it like if you take this job, then your partner, it's overseas or something, or you have to move and you're going to lose your partner because they have to stay where they are, and you don't want to do long distance? Because it's something like this. I feel like with the 2 and the 2, like this mirroring, I feel like this is a bit of you can have your cake and eat it too energy, but maybe you don't see that. Maybe it's a perspective shift where you feel like I have to choose money or love, or I have to choose this opportunity or this person. So let's see if it doesn't become a bit more clear about what you're missing about that. I'm laughing because I can feel one of you telling me that the earth sign that I'm missing, and I just can't hear it. It's literally like a door that I can't open yet. But soon, I know soon I'll be going, oh, it's blah, 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 and I'll remember and won't be laughing. It's probably going to come up on a card to remind me. Okay, focus, new beginnings. I knew this was going to come out, and potential. Interesting. Such really cool energy here. Okay, so I feel like these are all lining up with something. So I'm taking the focus with the mental conflict. So the solution to this going back and forth crossroads energy is to focus on what you want. Focus on one thing at a time. We'll get more to that. The potential card and new beginnings are so similar. That energy of like potential is like something that's not been birthed yet, a new idea. It's full of brimming potential. It could be this, it could be that. What could it be? I'm going to put the potential with the waiting game, because it's something that hasn't shown itself yet. You may be uncertain of the potential of something because you're waiting for it to grow, you're waiting for something to make a decision, you're waiting for an answer. And the new beginnings with luck is on your side in the middle here. And you have a lot of mountains. Can you see this? You have a mountain here, a mountainscape here, and a mountain. So I feel like this is possibly like a challenge for you, something that you feel like you want to, climb, you want to discover. It's a journey, it's an adventure. It's something that you want to conquer in your life. Just seeing what cards I got here. More information from pile 1, please. What are they not seeing? What are they missing? Taurus. Okay, thank you. That was the sign I was missing. Oh, funny. Which makes no sense because I actually have one of my exes a Taurus, and like I'm really familiar with Tauruses. Sagittarius. Okay, I knew this was either going to be Sagittarius or Taurus, because you have Sagittarius already. So you could be Sagittarius, or you could be asking about a Sag, or this could just be the energy of Sagittarius. Expansion, shooting your arrow. 2 arrows here, shooting your arrow, and you have focus. Yes. I love when it starts to become more clear. This feeling of, I really want to line these up, but I don't like how those aren't lined up. This feeling of aiming at your intended target and shooting your shot, going for something and not letting this mental conflict, this waiting game, this, other outside things, just being certain in what you're certain about, which is that you want to go after this thing, whatever it is. Taurus could be relevant. I don't know if I said that before, just because I got stuck on that for a while. Let's get some more specific messages here with the Angel Tarot here. More messages for pile 1, please. Okay. They said, can you please first read that card before you... Okay, moon. Oh, I forgot to say at the beginning of this reading. The reason why we chose the moons is because, as the crystals, is because moon energy is very... What am I not seeing? What's hidden in the shadows? What's not made clear yet by the light of day? And you got the moon, so I'm not surprised. Archangel Haniel is a little white dog here, and also a raccoon, if either of those are meaningful animal guides for you. Card 18, like I said, which reduces to a 9, and you also have 9 on the Sagittarius card. So you could be kind of coming up to the end of a cycle on something and something new, this new beginnings. A 10 would be the completion of a cycle, and then 0 starting again with the Fool energy. So it could be something that you're feeling like is coming to a climax, is coming to a head, is coming to some sort of completion soon, but there's like more you need to do on it. Like you can feel it calling you, but you don't know what the next step is or which step to take. So the message here is the opportunity to improve your plans. This is what I feel. Listen to your intuition for accurate guidance, face your fears, and grow stronger. I feel like if I was reading for you as a friend, I didn't know the situation, I feel that there's some situation that you are conflicted about because you have created a story and a narrative in your head based on your belief system, which is natural, we all do that, about what following this one path will mean. Like I said, as the example, it doesn't have to be this, but an example could be if I take this promotion, my partner is not going to want to continue to proceed with our relationship because it's too far, or I'll be too busy, or whatever. Maybe that's a story you told yourself. Well, meanwhile, your relationship could thrive on this. Or you could be telling yourself, I'm never going to find love because it's been so long. That could be the story you're telling yourself. Period. Spirit said, period, end of that sentence. Some of you feel like you've had so many unsuccessful relationships. You're constantly waiting. You feel conflicted over, should you even try for love? Should you even aim your target at that goal? Or should you just continue to focus on yourself and on your life? You have this new beginnings card. We're putting Angel of Love with new beginnings now. That's what we're doing. And then potential, yeah. So I think we're gonna get a few more little cards here. But I think what you're not seeing is that you need to rewrite your own internal story about this and focus on, if you could have it any way, how would you want it? Don't accept what society or conditioning or dysfunctional constructs about being here on earth have told you, like, this is never going to work because blah, 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 blah. If you could just aim your target and get it, maybe it's a certain person, maybe it's a certain job, maybe it's a certain lifestyle, the potential is there. Because, like a lot of spiritual teachers teach, if you have the potential to dream it, the whole, if you can dream it, you can achieve it thing, often it's something being a desire born within you means that some part of that is for you. Sometimes it's leading you to something else, right? Like sometimes you think, oh my gosh, I want this job, and then you don't get it, and you think, well, what was the point of that? I felt so certain that that was that job, but then something comes from that, right? Like you realize, oh, actually, it was about making this contact that led me to the next job, or it was about that house I passed that had a for sale sign on it, that all of a sudden I went and saw, or it was about, sometimes it's completely unrelated, why a desire is born within you, but a desire is born within you because it's something that's on your path. It's leading you to that thing or something more. It's always leading you to something more, because even when you achieve that thing, it's going to become more. So I would, for you, what I think you're not seeing is that your focus and moving out of this mental conflict is going to bring you everything here that you want. It's going to unlock the potential, unlock the stored value, unlock love in your life, whether it's romantic or just a love for your job. For example, you may have a belief that to have value in your life and to have a successful career or work, soul work, whether it's a traditional job or not, that it can't be something that you love, that you can't have love for that because it's going to be hard and you have to hustle mentality and you have to grind. And that could be a paradigm. I just feel like we're really not hitting the target of this reading yet. It's really about, those are just kind of side things. because there's such strong messages here, they're kind of crowding out the main message, which is that this Archer energy. I'm just going to hold it up for you so you can see what I'm seeing. It's this energy. You see these two arrows? For you to have two images indicating shooting an arrow at your intended target. I mean, it is giving Cupid, and you do have this angel of love a little bit, but if it's not about love for you, this is shooting your intention towards an intended achievement, towards a new possibility, but it's this focus. Like this is your, like, you don't know, Spirit's saying you don't realize what you can achieve when you focus. Like, look at this trilogy. 2 arrows and focus. And the arrows literally, do you know how, have you ever, like, I am an archer. That's like the strangest sentence I've ever uttered. I do archery. And I love archery, and it requires such focus. You have to drown out everything around you, your eye just on that target. You have to line it up, you have to feel it in your body, and then know when to release. And I'm like, this is target shooting, I'm not hunting or anything, just for anyone who's wondering. But I'm just getting that what you're missing is you're not focused, you're conflicted. If you're honest with yourself, you're in a lot of mental conflict about whatever this is. If it's about a relationship, if it's about a project, if it's about a life decision, should I go here to this school, to that school? Should I move? Should I move out? Should I move in? Should I sell? Should I stay? Should I buy? You have a lot of the stagnant waiting energy because you're not focused on exactly what you want and where you want to go. And I believe that that's because you're not letting yourself dream big enough. You're putting too many roadblocks in your own way and saying, I'm not going to let myself aim for this and hope for this and focus on this because this is why this can't happen. This is why this is not going to happen. And this is why this would be impossible. And this is what this would mean. If I got this, it's going to mean that. If I got that, if it's going to mean that. If I, and I think that you're holding yourself back. What you're not seeing is that all you need to do is sit down with a pen and paper, write out what it is that you want, and then begin to take the steps towards that and let the universe sort out all of those other details that you're concerned about. Anything that you're having mental conflict about, confusion, hows, set that aside for the universe. You just focus on what you want and be excited for moving in the direction of achieving that without knowing exactly how it's going to pan out. Just take one step, I want to say a day, but whenever you feel guided towards this thing, or more steps if you feel called to take more than one step a day. Higher power coming out. It came out in reverse, so I do get that, like I said, you need to release a lot of this to the universe, the hows, because you're, like I said, you're this, some part of you is a practical, logical, and you're thinking, okay, well, I can't do this because this, and this. And I think that's holding you back. That's adding this stagnant energy. And right behind this door, like you literally have a door, is door to value, angel of love, all this love coming in, potential, new beginnings, and with this opportunity to improve your plans. Yeah, see, a change in the wind, a change in the wind. I feel like you're at this crossroads, conflict energy about something, and the main card coming out here with the angel saying the opportunity to improve your plans, listen to your intuition for accurate guidance, face your fears. So like I said, there's something that you're conflicted about that you're telling yourself this story. So what you're not seeing, the missing piece, the missing key for you guys is this focus energy and complete focus and upon what you want, creating this dream vision scenario exactly how you would prefer it to go, and not getting all conflicted and tied up and caught up in the but it won't because of this and because of that, and just say, you know what, I don't know how, I don't know when, I don't know these answers, but I do trust in the miracle of the universe. Like I do, like I don't know how a baby's born and all that DNA and things and like, you know, the basics of it, but you don't understand how something can be created essentially from nothing, you know, from the smallest cellular blueprint and grow into this like glorious being with its own personality and all of these, you know, the miracle of life, like nature all around us. There's so many things that we don't understand about this world we live in, to the intricate detail. And your life and your expression through manifestation is just a macrocosm, or maybe it's a microcosm of that. Depends if you think of the universe as bigger, you know, or smaller than you, or an expression of you. It's that energy of, I don't exactly understand how creation maybe works and how all of this is going to pan out and how all of these details are going to line up, but I don't need to know, because all I need to know is the next step ahead of me, and all I need to do is remain flexible and open, and all I need to know is that I may need to challenge my beliefs and some of my rigidity about some of these stories that I'm telling myself about this, allow it to open up, allow the potential to blossom and bloom, and take a look at my plans, take a look at my current belief system about this, and look inside and say, what is my intuition telling me? Because, you know, maybe I can have both. Maybe this won't be so difficult. Maybe this will be a very positive thing in my life. Maybe this will lead to value and love. This reading is certainly telling me that. Maybe this will be a new beginning for me. But maybe all my role is to focus on exactly what I want, not specific, but just what you want. Instead of saying, well, I'd like to have a career, but I won't be able to have love. Say, no, I'd love to have an amazing career that's fulfilling, and I'd love to have, and I'm excited for, lots of love and support and abundance in my life. I know and trust and believe that I can have both, and I don't know exactly how I'm going to balance both of those, but I am focused on my desire, which is that I will have a successful career and a successful loving relationship in my life. For example, I'm just going to get you a final card. Yeah, a surrender card for sure. So what do you need to release in order to make this shift? In order for this thing to become, trust, exactly what we're talking about. Trusting in this higher power. Trusting that you don't have to figure out every little detail, and you wouldn't be able to figure out, because think of this. If you could sit down and talk to your guides, your ancestors, God, the universe, whatever you believe in. If you could sit down with them and say, okay, give me a bullet points plan of how the next year is going to go and the things that I need to do. Do you understand the overwhelmment? You would not be able to follow that plan. Can you imagine? Okay, tomorrow you're going to need to go to the post office at exactly 11:22, because that's where you're going to meet someone you're going to overhear a conversation. And when you overhear that conversation, that's going to trigger inside of you a memory. And then you're going to have a memory of that person that made you feel that way. And that's going to make you think, you know, gee, I'd really like to have that. And then you're going to be reminded of a movie when you pass the billboard, a movie that you used to really like. And then you're going to go home and you're going to watch that movie. And when you watch that movie, it's going to trigger inside of you, you know, like the feeling of nostalgia of when you were a kid. And then that's going to make you realize that you really want to shift your work environment. Like, y'all, there's no way that we could understand all of the complexities and the billions of potential timelines that shift with every decision that we make. It's impossible, because it's a fluid, moving dynamic that is always leading you to your desires in every moment, but that is shifting and changing. So your only goal is to know what you want and where you're headed. Excuse me. And allow that to be flexible, because that can shift too. You may say, oh, I really want this. And then on your path to that, you decide like you're going to get ice cream, and on your drive, you see a freaking fresh donut stand, and you realize, you know what, are funnel cakes. Hello, funnel cakes is a thing. That's amazing. So then you realize, oh, I thought I was going to get ice cream, but instead I'd actually like a funnel cake with ice cream on it. Like, for some reason, that encompasses your whole reading. Now, you may be like, that's so stupid. Like, what? Who cares about funnel cakes? But if you can understand the metaphor or the analogy, I never remember which one is which. That's what your reading is about. You think you can just have ice cream, but you can actually have a funnel cake with the ice cream on top. You can actually have your cake and eat it too. That's the title of your reading. And for this to happen, you have to, what you're missing is you need to trust and let in this higher power, let in spirit, let in the synchronicities, let in the signs, let in your intuition, let in things being downloaded to you in meditation, journaling, let in the synchronicity and the possibility, and let in the subtle realms. All of this stuff that we're talking about, it's subtle. Those cues to go do this, to call this friend, to do this at this particular time, how you're being led on your timeline, that is dealing in the subtle realms. It's not face value. It's not earth energy. It's not like you're the earth component of that puts it into play, that manifests it in the world, that brings it from the ethereal into the 3D. But if you're not getting the download from the ethereal realm, from the subtle realm, if you're not getting the guidance and the help, you can feel a little bit lost. You can be feeling like you're waiting and you're in mental conflict. That can be your experience. You can feel like I never know what to do and nothing's ever moving forward for me, because you're not harnessing the power and the insights and the clarity and the knowing that comes from working with the subtle realms, which is your guides, your ancestors, your own higher self, God, whatever you believe in, your faith. And that's why you got this card here. Surrender to trust. Trust yourself and your decisions. I love this for you. I love this because you have mental conflict. Trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. I could not be more pleased. I'm going to hold it here in case you want to take a screenshot, because I feel like that's like a little prayer that you needed, because you have this change in the wind card. You have the mental conflict. Like I said, this crossroads energy of which way do I go? Which one do I choose? And I feel like I said just at the beginning, just making a decision and seeing how you feel about that will bring you a lot of clarity, for starters. And I'm going to get one final card here. Ooh. Just give that one more shuffle, and then they're closing out your reading. But they said you might have messages in another pile. I think I said that already. Was there one with Leo? I can't remember. Was that pile too? Because you have this be confident. So they showed me that the lion image. So if you were also drawn to that pile, I haven't filmed it yet, so I can't tell you if it relates. Yeah, you might be seeing a lot of 2s and 4s, they're saying. Card 37, which again is a 10. In numerology reduces to a 10, which reduces to a 1. So I feel like you are coming to like an end of a cycle with something. And the card that you got is rise above it. It's not yours to carry. You are an empath. How can you detach from the drama? So with this mental conflict, there might be something that you feel and then you also had don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions. So I feel like this decision that you're making, it's possibly you think might bring a lot of other people's opinions or some drama or some conflict. Don't be swayed by that. You got to be confident in I mean, I can tell you from personal experience, whenever I've had to make a huge life decision, not one person agreed with me, not one person supported me. It's very common that when you're making huge life decisions, these people aren't you. They're not in the flow of your energy, of your momentum, of your expansion. So they can't understand. So they're looking at it from an outside perspective and saying, well, that seems odd. Why would you suddenly leave, a very successful career? Why would you leave this person? If it's a marriage, like when I got divorced, like everybody was against that. Like, so I can just tell you, everybody is. If I almost find that if someone is in agreement with me, I'm starting to question my decisions, because I understand that with change and expansion usually comes some sort of friction, especially from others around us. So knowing that you're making the right decision is all that matters, and that you have your guides and spirits support, and that that in the end, when the dust settles, you're going to know that you made the right decision for you, and that's what matters. Okay guys, I'm closing out your reading here. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to leave a comment but you don't know what to say, maybe leave the 4-leaf clover, because you have the luck is on your side with the Sagittarius, or leave, is there a bow and arrow? If there's like an arrow, that would be amazing for the focus for the Sagittarius message that came through. Definitely keep your eye on the prize, and you can have it all. You can have both, okay? Whatever that means to you. Okay guys, I will see you in another pile if you're going there. If not, I will see you in another reading on another day. Bye. Hello, pile 2. You chose the yellow moon with the confidence is your key to success new moon in Leo card. So let's find out, what are you missing? What's not clear to you that would help you on your path to know if you're trying to manifest something, or if you're just trying to enjoy a better feeling life experience. Whoa, okay, that one didn't want to go back in. More yellow here for you. Solar plexus chakra, card 3 coming out. So this is your creative center. Sorry, I was just getting some messages. They were just saying also your sacral chakra for some of you could, oh my gosh, maybe need some activations. I can't even shuffle and they're coming out. Wow, oh my gosh, the yellow coming out here. This is wild. Card 17, which is hope. This is the star card. Wow, I've never seen such synchronistic energy coming up in color to begin with. Confidence, wow, okay, so confidence is your key to success, and you have hope with this is the star card. I'm even like, wait, is that the sun card in that deck? But I think hope is the star card. Doesn't matter. There's just a brilliant, shining, yellow, luminous light around you. I'm seeing like a gold orb of light following you around, surrounding you, protecting you, but also encouraging you. But it's within you. It's something that wants to be expressed. There's something within you that needs to be let out. There's a lion inside of you that wants to roar, essentially. If that sounds cheesy, I'm sorry. That's the that's the message. Some of the guides are cheesy. Whoa. Caring connections. Okay, card 14. So for some of you, this could be a romantic connection. For some of you, this is friendship. For some of you, this is encouraging people in your life that care about you, that support you, that like see how concerned and happy he is about her, this figure's reaction to these flowers. Like the artist really captured this, that feeling of I'm happy if you're happy. How are you doing? How can I make you smile? Coming out here. So let's see what this reading is about. Another chakra card. 5th chakra with an Archangel Gabriel coming out. Yeah, expression. See, this is your throat chakra. Here, they're just showing me this turquoise crystals here. Expressing yourself. So there's something that needs to be expressed within you. Now, this could be towards a caring connection. This could be towards someone that you feel a connection with, a soul recognition, a soul bond. This could be towards expressing yourself. This could be about a platform that you've been being called to be, a reader, a channel, as public speaker, start a business, tell your story. But let's get more information. That's what's coming out right off the hop. Like the yellow is strong here. Trust. Oh wow, I haven't had this card in this deck in a long time. This came out in pile 1. You could be from pile 1 because they also got the message to that you might have a message here. Trust. I don't know why I'm like yelling so aggressively. Trust. I'm gonna take it down a notch. I'm feeling the lion energy. Look at the Leo. So you could be a Leo, or you could be asking about a Leo, or this could just be about encompassing Leo energy. The Emperor card 4, yeah. Didn't you have another 4 here? I don't know why I felt a 4 before. Anyway, Archangel Uriel, stability and efficiency, taking charge of a situation, ambitious plans. Yeah, Emperor energy. I don't really feel like you're in Emperor energy typically, but I feel like you need to embody Emperor energy for whatever this thing is that you're being called to. And again, sorry, I hit the mic, in this figure with this like golden orb glowing here. There's a lot here about like light, utilizing light, expressing light, like energy. Confidences. For some of you, you have your eye on someone, like just at a very basic level. I see this. Confidence is your key to success, trust and caring connections, expression, hope. There's something that there's a relationship that you're hopeful for, whether it's someone that you know. Some of you have your eye on someone. It's like a friend or, a romantic interest or something. And you're like, so far haven't made a move, haven't let them know, haven't wanted to take it past friendship, whatever it is. But I'm seeing with this Emperor energy, taking charge of a situation, kind of like making things happen energy a little bit here towards this. So for those of you who that's about, but for those of you who it's about career or job or passion project, same message, basically. Trusting in your abilities, trusting that you have this gift to offer, you have this light, you have this star energy, that this hope, this desire is a hope for a reason, because it's something within you that wants to manifest. It's your soul calling you towards a certain path. Take these two. Queen of Gabriel. I don't know why I said it like that. Passionate, charming, brilliant, independent. Yeah, you can do anything right now. I love this card. Go after what you want. The ability to attract helpful people. So that could be this caring connections, the ability to attract people who will co-create with you on this project. Or, like I said, if it's a relationship or a person, the ability to go after what you want. You can do anything right now. And also Page of Raphael, gentle, loving, dreamy, open-hearted. Yeah, a new emotional situation. So this is, it could be about something else. So if it's about a project, apply it to that. But I am heavily getting romance vibes here, or some sort of partnership, because, well, I'm getting it because it's on the table. You have caring connections and you have a new emotional situation. Now, emotions don't have to be a relationship. It could be like a project, something that's calling you, messages regarding relationships or social invitations, great intuitive insights. So, if this is about a relationship, back to that, because I just feel like, I feel like it's about speaking your mind, like this express, having confidence, holding your heart, in your hands, wearing your heart on your sleeve, being vulnerable, and saying to this person, hey, this is how I feel about you. I think about you. Your smile lights me up. Could we go have coffee? Could, I take you on a date? Could we develop a friendship? If it's about a friendship, it's not always about relationships, or just about, like I said, caring connections. I think caring connections that are not, like, side rant here, caring connections that are not relationship based is so underactivated in our 3D realm. Like, we don't, a lot of, especially in North American Western in culture, I'm in Canada, we don't have a lot of that there. It's like you're either on your own, with your whatever you came with, if you have a family around you, whatever friends you have, or you're with a partner and you're in a, there's not a lot of social conditioning in Western cultures, in my opinion. You may have a completely different experience because we're all living completely different experiences here. I'm just saying, as a base, that you're born into, structure, societal paradigm that we're born into, caring connections, which a lot of cultures have, like I would say East Indian cultures, Native American tribes, African cultures, Asian cultures. I feel like they're much more in Mediterranean, I feel like, I don't know how to word those terms. Like, I don't know what you call those cultural tribes particularly. Like if it's by geography or, you know what I'm saying, heritage, but I think you understand what I'm saying. They're so based on family and caring connections. And there's aunties and there's grandmas and there's people who care about you. There's friends. And so I feel like that's such an underplayed, underactivated system that a lot of us could really benefit from activating. So if you are already in a romantic connection, like, and it's not that for you, and this is about caring connections, I would really be open to what people are around you, what friendships are being sprinkled on your path, Spirit's saying, what business partnerships have been orbiting you to kind of make, like I said, co-creating or collaborations, that these things can really brighten up your whole week, brighten up your whole day, because this person just cares about you. It's not romantic. They're not trying to get something from you. You know, I'm not saying that that's what romance is, but you know, there's a bit more of a give and take there, in terms of, you know, romance. But this is just someone who genuinely cares about you. So it could also be that, being open to that. Well, what are you missing about that? Like, I don't, because that's what the reading is about. Taking charge, a new emotional situation, great intuitive insights. Both of these cards have action energy, like movement, like Chariot energy, like Knight of, you know, Wands energy. You can do anything, go after what you want, and taking charge of a situation, ambitious plans. I feel like there is some sort of new emotional situation, like the card says, but some sort of new emotional, like a Ace of Cups. There's an Ace of Cups around you, whether it's friendship, a mentor, like I said, a romantic relationship, whether you're aware of it or it's in the ether, whether it's just a potential. Like it could be that you're being inspired to go on a dating app or go to a certain they're saying club, but what they mean is like a club, like, you know, a bowling club or like pickleball or a knitting club or a book club. And there's some sort of caring connections there that are waiting for you. But what I feel like you're missing is you have to take this action, this confidence energy. You have to put pen to paper. You have to take the steps. You have to, you know, sign up for the group, sign up for the app, go and speak to that person. I think what you're missing is the physical movement towards these things that you want. Like if you're feeling kind of left on your own, you feel alone, you feel like you would want a partner, you feel like you want more friends, what's standing in between you? The key to unlocking that is physical action. It's very unlikely that sitting in your house watching Netflix, you know, someone's going to knock on your door and say, hey, do you want to go on a date? Hey, do you want to be friends? Hey, do you want to, you know, collaborate in business together? Whichever one of those applies to you, you're going to have to literally put yourself out there. I know that that's intimidating, but there are other like-minded people. And if you remember that everything is a frequency, you're going to line up with other like-minded individuals. So you're going to line up with other people who also feel the same as you, who are maybe a little bit unsure, who are maybe, you know, trying this for the first time. So you're not going to feel completely alone. Like if you go to this book club, you know, you're going to find someone else there who's like, oh my gosh, I'm new here too. And you guys can bond. If you go on a dating app, you're going to meet someone else who says, hey, like, oh my gosh, this is so weird. I've never been on a dating app, but I really felt called to do it. You know, you're going to meet like-minded people. You're not going to hopefully meet someone who's been on a dating app. Like, yeah, I've been around the block and I've been on them 5,000 dates and you're a newbie. Like that's probably not the energy, you know, you're going to come across, because you're not going to align with that. Solar Calm, Clarify card 16. Clarify. I'm not getting much from that. Let's see what else comes out for you. Clarify what? More messages for pile 2, please. What is the key? No place like home, and it was reversed. As soon as I turned it to read it, they were like, Rick, get that in reverse. Y'all might be a little bit of home. What's that term? Home. Not home worms. Home. That's a bookworm. What's with my brain today? Home bodies. Bruh. Homebodies. You might be a little bit of a homebody, and they're saying gotta step out of your comfort zone a little. Like, yeah, it's nice, like I said, to be, they really literally showed me someone sitting on the couch watching Netflix. I get it. Like, no, I'm not saying I don't watch some TV sometimes. And I am super hermit. So, like, you don't have to tell me. But I have been getting this message. You know, I'm single. Your girl's single. I'm divorced some time now. I've had relationships, but I like to be by myself. So, like, I understand. I understand this. Time for a nap. It kind of came out reversed too. I'm taking that reverse because they're saying to take it reverse because I'm getting the energy from this pile that you gotta like embody you have like a light hidden under a bushel, my friend. A light hidden under a bushel. If you know that song. Hide it under a bushel. Oh no. Oh yeah, this little light of mine. That's what it is. Let's get a surrender card. I'm not gonna sing it. I'm gonna stop myself right there. Oh. Okay, what do you need to surrender? Oh, I knew it. Look at this. Look at that. Surrender unhealthy relationships. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and to be surrounded by positive people. I get this so strongly for you guys. I really get this is about love. Like, that's why I said you might have a message in pile 1 because Angel of Love came out there. And I feel like this is, for some of you, a continuation of one of the threads of that reading that came out. And I feel like either you've been in unhealthy relationships with a lot of toxic people, and that's why you're kind of like hermiting a little bit, because I feel you if that's the case, or you are currently in an unhealthy situation and you're like, I want out of this. I want something healthy. I want someone who cares for me. Yeah. And you deserve to be treasured, period. End of story. Surrender to the magic of who you are. This is that light energy. This like I feel like you like light under a bushel. Like, you're just so magnetic. You're so alluring. You're so mesmerizing. You're so like a shining light, but for some reason I feel like you lack confidence. Possibly something happened and you lost your trust either in yourself and your ability to choose and your ability to find, a good partner or positive caring connections, or you've just always been that way. You feel insecure for some reason. Sorry, I never talked about why I put the time for a nap. I feel like you guys could be very like telepathic and clairsentient. You could be card readers or channelers, because whenever I do that, it's like I assume you know what I meant. Some piles I just feel like I can communicate it to you. The time for a nap in reverse is time to wake up a little bit. Like, I feel like go out, have fun, do something exciting, something that lights you up. I feel like you've been in your cocoon for a long time, and that's why it came out in reverse. Like, time to get out of bed. No more bed rotting. The winter is over. Okay, surrender to the magic of who you are. And I feel I'm laughing because I feel like you get me, because I feel like you've been getting that message from spirit. Like I said, you've been getting the nudge to go out, be a little bit more social, start accepting some social invitations, because I feel like there's some caring connections or emotional, depending on what you're looking for, friends, relationships. If you're in a relationship, this could be just getting out there with your partner and, being a little bit more in the light, letting your light shine again. Expressing yourself. We all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember, you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that come from just being you. Like, mic drop. Please screenshot this card and make it your screensaver and remind yourself. I'm just kidding. Do whatever you want, but I do that sometimes. Remind yourself that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that come from just being you. So for some of you, now this message is coming a bit stronger about if this is about expressing yourself in a creative platform or some sort of work, passion, endeavor, being a card reader, being a channeler, being a YouTuber, whatever, Patreon. You are so unique, and your worth comes from the fact that you're you. So if you're like, well, what do I have to offer? You have to offer how you speak, your tone, your humor, your insights, your candor, your everything that makes you uniquely you, there are people who are going to resonate with you, be on your frequency, and you're going to call to you your tribe. And I think you've forgotten a little bit about how special and unique you are. And for some reason, like I said, something happened, or some beliefs you have about yourself, you are hiding a little bit. And Spirit's calling you out of that into the light. Like, it could not be more clear. And finding your confidence again. I'm going to get you one of these cards to close off your reading. I would be around yellow a lot, like get out into the sun, use sun protection if you need to, but get out into the sun, get some vitamin D, feel the warmth, be a little bit more social, even if you don't want to interact, just go out. And be in that energy. Sit on a patio with a book, go shopping at a mall and kind of people watch, get yourself a little treat, something to just kind of put yourself out there, and then follow any impulses that you are feeling about where to find these caring connections, whether it's business collaboration or otherwise, and to help, clarify. They're bringing up now, clarifying your frequency, like clarifying your energy, like making your signal a little bit more clear, because it's been a while since you've been out and about, and I think a lot of people are trying to find you that are on your timeline. And as you get out and your confidence builds, your frequency is going to shine brighter and louder, and you're going to attune to these other souls who are on your path, and you're going to call them in. And if there are any unhealthy relationships, friendships, you may really want to re-examine them. Maybe time to release things that aren't serving you. And you may need to really get your confidence and your voice up to make that call, because that's not an easy thing to do. But when you're ready, and if you are being encouraged to leave toxic situations, unhealthy relationships behind you. Go after what you want. Take charge of a situation. And make plans in the direction of what you want. Card 19 again. Oh, that was pile 1. I was going to say again. Reduces to a 10. Reduces to a 1. Oh, so interesting. I feel like this is a pile 1 message too. Eliminate distractions. I can't. I love it. I love it. I get chills when it's so synchronistic. Stop shining light on things you are not. Guys, like the light cards that you have here. Stop shining light on things you are not. How can you reclaim your power? This is all about positive inner self-talk. This is about focus. That's why I said pile 1 had a huge focus message. I think what you're missing is that you aren't really, like Spirit just said, you don't even know yourself. And what they mean by that is you don't see yourself how Spirit and others see you. Because you have, for some reason, this negative self-talk and this negative self-image. And you may be like, oh, it's not that negative. But you have some sort of belief that you are less than, or you can't do it. You really need to embrace Leo energy, which is like confident. Of course, everyone likes me. Of course, everyone loves me. It's not arrogant. It's just confident. It's just knowing that all is well, knowing that we are all unique, knowing that we all have something to offer. Everything is good. Everyone can contribute. You have strengths, you're meant to use them, and shifting your flashlight of your inner awareness onto things that you are instead of what you are not. No, you are not weak. No, you are not silly. No, you are not these things that you are not unworthy. You are, and shining your light on those things. Magical. You are unique. You are rare. You are worthy. You are of value. You are beautiful. You are worthy of love. You are to be treasured. You are powerful. And really allowing your solar plexus energy to just shine bright. I would maybe Google the solar plexus activation, see if there's any, healing things that you can do, or just things you can read that help you feel like, like I really can feel how I've been underutilizing that energy center. Okay, guys, Spirit's closing your reading there because I could keep talking about this for days because I just want to give you like a huge hug and like put you up on a pedestal and like show you how magnificent you are because I can feel your energy. I can read this. You're dynamic and you're just so under aware and underutilizing, your unique talents and gifts. And it would just be a sad thing to go through life not realizing your brilliance and your beauty, like inner and outer. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being here. I really enjoyed your reading. If you are going to pile 1 or another pile, no pressure, but if you are, I'll see you there. If not, I will see you in another reading on another day. Be well. Hi, pile 3. I already received a couple funny messages. I don't know if you guys just have like a good sense of humor. But I received 2 songs. One's like a nursery rhyme or like a children's song. It's that one that's like, I think it's If I Were a Bullfrog. I don't know if it's like a Sunday school thing or like a school thing. But it's like, if I were an iggly squiggly worm, I'd thank the Lord that I could squirm. You know that one? If I were... And then I heard, if I were a scientist, I thank the Lord that I could... So, I'm not religious, but but that song's coming in my head. So I don't know if that's... And then I was like, what's that about? Because I really don't know that song, and I haven't heard that probably since I was a kid. And Spirit was like, it's about embracing and being creative for your uniqueness. So I feel like there's something you have that you don't see as a positive or a benefit. So we'll get to that. And what's the other thing? Oh yeah, you know that like they use it in like memes and like YouTube shorts and TikToks. I don't have TikTok, but I'm sure they do, where it's like more passion, more energy, more passion, more energy, more dun, dun, dun. And it's always like a cat doing like, jumping jacks or something. But that came through too, which are 2 very random things. So we'll just get those 2 channel things out there. If those speak to you or mean something to you, if not, we'll see what they have to do with the reading. So you chose the turquoise moon and don't let your past hold you back with South Node. And we're finding out, what are you missing? What's the key? Whoa. Okay, this just came out for pile 3. Like, can I even shuffle? Did you see that? I barely got a shuffle and it was just like, that's fine. This is the star. This is the star card. So you could be from pile 3, or we just might have 2 piles here with that hope, wish fulfilled energy. More passion, more energy. Flipped out like that. What was I saying? Okay. Oh, you have fulfillment of wishes. Get out of here. I just said wishes fulfilled, and you have fulfillment of wishes. Wow, this is the 9 of Cups in this deck. This is like a tarot deck, but in an oracle thing. Card 4, discontentment and boredom. Let's take the 4 of Cups. And partnerships and alliances, 3 of Cups. If you don't know, I have an ASMR channel. It's in the description. So sometimes I have to tap on the cards. This is very interesting energy. Very, very, very interesting. Okay, let's keep going. Did I already get both of these decks? I feel like I'm so confused in your pile. My energy's all over the place. Like, I feel like there's so many different information channels going on here. It could be a lot of people pick this pile. Okay, settle down. Yeah, I keep hearing that. More passion, more energy. So, yeah, it's the opposite of discontentment and boredom. So you may need to get some like spark. Throw some little sauce back in your life. Like, did something happen here with the don't let your past hold you back? I'm feeling like y'all are like a out of tune violin. They're showing me. I feel like you used to play life like an instrument. Like you were so full of life and excitement. This could have been when you were a kid. And then something happened. Maybe a traumatic event. Maybe some people, said some things. Because kids can be cruel and parents and adults don't half the time know what they're talking about. No offense. And something started to dim your light and make you feel this stagnant energy. That's just something coming through. And they also keep referring to your channeled things that I talked about at the beginning of the reading when you picked your pile, like those things I said. But once a channel's closed for me, I don't remember what it was. I'd have to look back unless I had some sort of awareness or resonance with it myself. I have no idea what those things were. The only thing I remember about is something about popcorn or something. But that's because I'm watching a movie tonight with my sister. Journey card 2. And Door to Value. That came out on pile 1. All of the piles kind of have, not similar, but like a few messages that could pertain to somebody else. So you could have message in pile 1 or 2, because both of these came out pile 1 and 2. Like this came out on 1 and this came out on 2. Anywho's in. Yeah, and there's a lot of like wish fulfilled energy, like, but I guess that's what the reading's about. Like, what are you missing in order to bring this thing in? For yours, it's get the pizzazz back right off the hop. That was coming out, and kind of seeing the value in this thing. This, like, if I were a whatever you think you are, I would thank the Lord or whoever you believe in for. And you could have a faith. That could be why that's coming up. Maybe you are a Christian or Catholic or something that you would know that song. I can't believe you have 2 Fulfillment of Wishes card. The Star card and Hope. Or the Star card and the 9 of Cups. So something's like so ready to pop here. Because both cards, but it's just like, don't let your past hold you back. You have Door to Value. The Star card, wish fulfilled, a dream, a hope, a wish on a star, fulfillment of the wish, partnerships and alliances coming in, possible travel, you have journey, or this could just be about your soul's journey that you're on. And then you have this discontentment and boredom card, which is like that feeling of like, oh, basically looking at your cups and not seeing that. You're looking at the 3 cups that are empty and not seeing that the 1 cup is full and overflowing. It's that feeling of like disappointment, nothing is working out. So maybe it's something didn't work out. This could be what this don't let your past hold you back. Maybe something didn't work out, whether it's a relationship or a business venture or a project, or you didn't get into the school you want, or you didn't get the job that you wanted, or that relationship went sour and you're a little bit stuck in this energy. Like what you're not seeing is that it's time to move out of that energy, because you're on the brink of these wishes being fulfilled, of this Door to Value, of partnerships and alliances, community coming in, people, like-minded individuals, your tribe. It could be romantic partnership if that's what you're looking for. But yeah, I want to put this discontentment and boredom because I feel like you're a little bit stuck like in the middle with this. Don't let your past hold you back, because like I said, they want me to say it again, in the 4 of Cups in the traditional tarot. Let me see if I can find it quick. Wouldn't that be funny if it was like right on the top? Yeah, I feel like that's going to take forever unless you guys just show me where it is. It's hard because as soon as I'm looking for something, my egoic brain takes over and I'm like, I can do it, I can find it, and then I can't really hear the channel as much when they could just, yeah, tell me where it is, which is what they said, of course. I'm so stubborn. They were like, it's right at the front, and of course I'm like, no, I'm gonna look at the back first. Okay. So the 4 of Cups, this is not the traditional tarot, this is the Journey Tarot, but basically these cups only have one little drop, like, oh, there's nothing in them, it's so disappointing, but the 4th cup holds everything, and I never even noticed on these. Look at the moon phases. This one, this is because this cup, it was a new beginning, you were just starting something. This cup, it was just building. Then this cup, it's a little bit more, but this cup, look at the moon, it's the fulfillment. It's the fulfillment of the thing, the project, the desire. Now the cup is full, but you have to go through these moon phases. You don't start a project and that day it's successful. You got to start it. You got to start it, do it, pursue it, put the work in, and then it produces the result. You can't just plant a seed and have the plant, right? It takes time. You got to water it, and we all know that analogy. So for some reason, that Four of Cups is really coming up. I feel like you're crying a little bit over spilt milk is the energy, like something didn't work out or something's not worked out. But the thing is, it did work out. It's just, that was maybe the end of that. Like, sometimes we think something doesn't work out because it's no longer producing what we want, but it's just that flower's died off. Maybe it's, what are they? Perennials. Like, it's going back under the ground. Maybe it's fall. Maybe it's winter. And you got to look somewhere else for this thing now. Maybe that flower is not your favorite flower anymore and you want to plant some new ones. I don't know. There's a lot of analogies flying around here. What else for this group? Oh, these. But yeah, my point of all that nonsense is that I feel like you're a little bit stuck looking at these empty cups that didn't produce, that are now empty. And Spirit's like, you have a full cup here, full of hope, full of value, full of fulfillment of everything that you've wanted, a treasure box opening here, people around you that are surrounding you or supporting you, travel, exciting adventures. But you're just like, maybe you're not seeing it. So I think what you're missing is you're missing it. I think it's your perspective, what you're looking at, the way you're looking at life. You're looking in the wrong cup. Okay, that came out really strongly. That Four of Cups imagery. Maybe Google the Four of Cups, the meaning of the Four of Cups. I feel like it's very powerful for you to really understand that. And I feel like there's something in your life that and it could even be yourself. Like, you're like, oh, I don't have this. I'm not funny. I'm not talented. I'm like, this is not true. I'm just saying what you're saying to yourself, for example. I was unsuccessful at school. I didn't get that job. Meanwhile, you're like a freaking incredible artist. You're super athletic. You inspiring to your friends. You are so intuitive and psychic. You're like, whatever. You're a financial wizard. Like, I feel like you're looking at all the things that you don't possess, that are not your natural gifts, because maybe you're stuck in comparison or whatever the case is, and you're not seeing that you're so full and your life is so full of all these other incredible things. Maybe that's why that song was coming up. If I were a butterfly, I'd thank the Lord that I could fly. And if I were, like, it's like, what do I have that I can be appreciative of and that I can use and that are my gifts and that I can unlock this value in and express myself in a way that can bring abundance to me and recognition and reward, if that's what you want, and satisfaction and fulfillment in your life. Five of Ariel, you needn't go through your current challenges alone. Help is nearby. Partnerships and alliances. But listen to this. Negative thoughts create self-fulfilling prophecies. I feel like we had this in a recent reading. Before I get that card, I just really want that. It's like you're on a loop and you may not realize you're on a loop. That's why you're not seeing it, of negative mental self-talk about either something that happened in the past, like no one's going to want me now because whatever, like, for example, when I got divorced, a lot of people were like, oh, do you have problem? Like when I was dating, like, oh, what about partners who aren't going to want kids? Like, that never occurred to me. Like, I never had that problem. I have dated a lot in my life and had really, beautiful connections. I've never once had a person say, well, actually, I only once, and we had already dated. It was after we broke up. So I don't know if he was just saying that was like a thing. He was like, oh, I kind of want my own kids and blah, 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 blah. But that was the only person I'm talking out of, like I'm 40, I'm going to be 44 this year. I am talking maybe 20 relationships. Like, maybe you date someone once a year for like 8 months a year. I've never had someone have an issue with the fact that I'm divorced and have kids, because I'm dating people on my frequency. I'm dating people I'm aligned with. They probably have kids too. Like, that's what bonds us. We're parents. We understand. But some people will think, oh, like if they're getting a divorce, like that's right away they think, because they've got something in their, paradigm belief system that maybe someone said to them before, or they've heard people say that, like, oh, if you have kids, like no one's going to want to be with you. It's like, that's like such an outdated paradigm. Sure, some people feel that way, but like a ton of people don't feel that way. So I feel like it's something like that, where you're looking at it about yourself as if it's an issue or going to be a concern, but like it's not. And these negative thoughts are going to create self-fulfilling prophecies, because of course we create our own reality and our thoughts create our experience. Oh, that's your card there. But I just want to put these together because it says help is nearby. So if you are going through a challenging situation, this could be as simple as you're feeling overwhelmed. You know, maybe you're a parent and you work full time, maybe you're a single parent or something like this, and you just get the intuitive nudge to get like a house cleaning service or a food delivery service. You know, something where you're like, oh, like I could just use my resources, or a grocery delivery service, or someone to help with childcare, like bringing in a nanny or some sort of teaching, you know, homeschooling. I don't know. A lot of things are coming up here. There's a lot going on here. Oh my gosh, you have the star. You have the star twice. Wow. Did we just get this in another? I'm having the weirdest deja vu in your guys' pile. Like, I feel like I literally did this whole reading, or I know you or something. Like, obviously I don't know you, but I don't even tell my friends that I have this channel because I don't want to accidentally read their energy. Okay. All jokes aside, at this point, you have 17 twice. This is wild sauce. You have the star twice. A dream come true. Like, you have this 3 times at this point. Believe in yourself. The end of a difficult situation. You have fulfillment of wishes. And you have the star twice. You have 3 cards indicating whatever this wish is that you want is coming true, is going to come true for you. And it's also bringing the end of a difficult situation, because this one says you don't need to go through your current challenges alone. So you have this support. You have your dream coming through. You have potential travel here. Don't forget this journey card. This could also be moving from something, like moving houses, because this person's got her bags packed, leaving a situation, like the end of a difficult situation. Maybe you're packing up and leaving a job, leaving an old house. Maybe you're at the end of a divorce or something like this, a separation. Maybe you're traveling for work. Like, where can I put all the stars together? I need the stars to be together. I'm just going to put this discontentment and boredom under the don't let the past hold you back, because I think we're clear on that 4 of Cups now. Because I want to put all these star cards together. Gloriousness. You guys have like a sense of humor, for sure. Did I make the Seinfeld reference at the beginning of this pile? Or was that pile 1? But anyway. Blurring. Whenever I do 4 groups, like I don't know what's going on anymore. It just blurs together. It's so much information. Okay. Let me stop. Somebody stop me. Keep moving these. Next, we're moving on. I feel like your message is really clear. Like, but what are you missing? Like, is it just that? Just to shift your focus from the 3 empty cups that you thought didn't work out to the cup that's full, to this thing that you do want, and start moving towards it, to accessing the health around you. Let's get a little bit more specifics if we can. They're saying bring humor in. That's why it keeps coming up. But as I'm being humorous, I feel like it's not landing. Like, I feel like you're mildly amused, but you're also like, what a weirdo. Because I feel like you used to be like this. And so it's kind of like Spirit wants to activate within you your silly side, your unique side, your feeling of like, who cares what people think? Like, I am myself, and that makes me special. And humor is such high frequency energy. Humor can heal so many situations. Like, okay, they just gave me the weirdest scenario, but I don't really want to say that. But it's just like a complex analogy, so I'm not going to say it. But let's move on. I feel like I've said enough here. Wow, okay, oh my gosh. Another card 9 now with Treasure Island. So again, fulfillment of wishes. You now have 2 fulfillment of wishes card 9 in this deck. It's the treasure chest. It's got love. It's got stars. It's full of everything you want. Okay, all that glitters in upright. This card can mean a couple things. Wow. Come to the edge and blessed. Yeah, come to the edge. Let's talk about this. I really get this. Like, if I pull the deck that has the take risks card, I think you would get the take risk card. Come to the edge is like the Fool energy. Like, step into a new journey. Like, don't get so caught up in needing to know how everything's going to go and kind of staying in your safe zone. Flirt with life a little bit more, you know? Like, I think you have to activate that energy to bring through this wish fulfilled, because it's going to be a path that Spirit's going to lead you on to this wish fulfilled, but you have to be willing to take those risks. For some reason, they keep showing me, like, I don't know why this keeps coming up. Did I say this in the intro? Again, I'm having deja vu with you guys. They keep showing me, like, going, like, okay, let me just give this freaking analogy. They're showing me the difference between, say you have to go to the post office and drop something off, right? Your logical mind might be like, okay, well, I'm going to go between 10 and 11 because that's when I have time to go and blah, blah, blah. But Spirit's like, yeah, but if you go when you think you should go, you're not going to have the interaction with the person that we know you would want to interact with if you go between 4 and 5 p.m. So they're, for some reason, they're just showing me that analogy that it matters, because the love of your life might be there between 4 and 5 p.m. and he or she might hold the door for you, and you go in at the same time and you strike up a conversation in line and you end up marrying this person. This is just a very basic example, but these things happen all the time, believe it or not. But if you're not listening to the intuitive nudge, Spirit saying to go between 4 and 5 p.m., you may even say, oh, I was going to go at 10 to 11, and maybe you forget to go because Spirit, like, gets you distracted on something else because they don't want you to go then. And then you're actually mad at yourself that you forgot to go, for example. Meanwhile, it's all part of a greater, plan to meet this person who would be meaningful to you in your life. I'm just giving you that analogy about why it's really important to listen to your intuitive nudges and not necessarily your 3D planning mind on everything. You need to merge the two. You have card 22, Blessed, and you have this All That Glitters card. Now, the All That Glitters card can mean, because it has the masks on top, can give you like the Fool's Gold energy of like things weren't what they seemed. Pyrite, things looking like fool's gold. Or in this case, I'm getting a little bit of that energy of not seeing your own worth. Like, they keep telling me pyrite. But the thing is, pyrite is still a very powerful crystal that people use, but it glitters like gold, but it's not gold. But who cares? It doesn't have less value. It depends what you're using it for. Does that make sense? It depends on its intended audience. Again, they're showing me like a comedian with these masks, or like, for example, they're saying like if you take a comic and you put them in like a drama play, they may feel completely out of place and feel like they have no worth. But if you take that comic and you put them in a pilot series for a new comedy, they're gonna shine. So it's something about you maybe feeling like not matched up with where you would shine, is what I'm getting with that card. And then for some of you, it could be that trickster energy where you feel like with this, don't let your past hold you back, and discontentment and boredom. This could be that, maybe you fell into relationships or you engaged with situations or projects or work that didn't end up being what it appeared to be, and the masks came off and you realized like, this is fool's gold. It's not as valuable as I thought it was, but you're rediscovering this door to value, your own value. And I think the value in what you really place on what really matters in your life. But yeah, you have this Blessed card. Like, you're so covered here with light and blessings and positive wish fulfillment energy. I really feel like literally the only thing holding you back is your past, is your perspective on thinking either things about yourself or about your situation or about things that happened in your past, and looking at, don't forget to Google those 3 of Cups, and thinking that they're empty, that they were disappointing, that they didn't pan out, and that there's nothing more you can do. Meanwhile, you're surrounded with treasure island, door to value. Like, guys, it's money and abundance and love everywhere. Look at this. Door to value, money, gold, love. Treasure island, money, gold, love. Fulfillment of wishes. You have 2 treasure chests. Hope. The star card. Partnerships and alliances. Help is nearby, and blessed. Like, I've never seen, and you even, like, All That Glitters, like I said, can even mean glitter, like powerful, like abundant things, like gold type things coming into your life that you would see as sparkly and desirable. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 cards that mean blessed. So let's take these off the table because I want it just for a second, because I want to make sure together, because there's so much abundance and blessings here. Like I want to make sure we're getting your message clear. So what you're missing is 2 cards about getting help. Consider partnerships and alliances. So if there's anything you feel is holding you back, number 1, if I could give you Cole's notes, seek help where you can, whether this is legal counsel, guidance, advice, spiritual advice, whatever it is the issue is, see if you can call in support for that if it's something you can't do on your own. Number 2, consider movement. This could be physical travel, moving, taking a soul's journey, seeing like maybe you're stuck in some sort of energy and you now need to move. Either from this perspective, from this energy, move your focus from looking at the 3 cups that didn't pan out to the 1 cup that's overflowing, and this come to the edge, this lightening of your energy, humor, a little bit more. I don't mean risk like a negative risk, like don't run out into traffic. I mean like, let me go to a coffee shop today alone and just get the vibe. Let me, follow my intuition for one day and see where it leads me. Let me call that old friend that I keep getting the urge to call, like kind of shaking up your energy a little bit. I really feel that you really just need to shift your focus, your perspective from those empty cups onto everything that you have. And you may realize that you have a lot of the things that you want around you already. Like you have such a satisfying, abundant, full, blessed life. A lot of the things that you may feel like you are lacking as an individual, when you shift your perspective to all the things that are incredible about you and positive and that you do have, you may be like, wow, like I'm actually freaking amazing and I didn't even realize. Okay, let's get your final card, because we are circling a little bit in the message now, which means it's come to completion. I hope it was helpful for you. If you want to leave a comment and you don't know what to say, leave the blue heart, the turquoise heart. Card 33. This card comes out all the time. I love it. Take responsibility for your life as a creative adventure. How can you live with more meaning, integrity, and truth? Yeah, this feeling of this journey. Life is an adventure. You're on a path. What can you discover? What things do you already have that can help and support you? Who can you call in to help and support you? But really shifting your perspective from maybe a little bit of blame or like, because things do happen to us, right? So like, it's natural to feel like, I can't believe this happened, or how did I get myself into this situation? And taking the ownership and the responsibility and the empowerment back on yourself and saying, I get to create my life. I get to go after these desires and see them fulfilled. I have so much value. I have so much value within me, and I have so much support around me, and I see my life as a creative adventure now. It's a journey. It's unfolding. These are steps that I was on, and now I'm being led to something else, and let me see what this new adventure is about, and embrace it and have fun with it and lighten up a little bit with it, is what I'm saying with this humor coming in. I think that's going to serve you very well. I think you already have that within you. You just need to reactivate it, light that spark again. More passion, more energy. Okay, guys, I'll leave you with that. I loved your reading. It was really fun for me, and I'm super excited for you where you are on your journey. If you're going to another pile, I'll see you there. If not, thank you for being here, and I'll see you in another reading on another day. Bye. Hi, pile 4. Thank you so much for being here. You have the blue moon and the Hold Your Vision fixed moon card. And let's find out what you might be missing. What's some sort of key piece of information that Spirit wants to make you aware of in support of the pursuit of your desires. Oh, a lot's coming out here. Okay. Number 1, Trapped in Fear came out. Yeah, okay. And Throat Chakra, card 5. So maybe some feeling like you can't express yourself, you can't let out what you want, and feeling stuck in something, having anxiety. This is like 8 of Swords energy. Oh, this just came out in Discontentment and Boredom. This came out in pile 3. Every pile had a card from the pile before them, which is so interesting, except for pile 1, of course. Okay, I'm getting your energy very clear and strong. So let's keep getting your messages. Yeah, I see you literally doing this about something, having your hand on your head and kind of like, oh, like, what am I going to do? Like, how can I fix this? How can I get out of this? I don't want this anymore. I don't feel good. I don't feel like myself. A lot of blue energy. A lot of the piles had, like, the yellow pile was like all yellow. And like, I can't plan that, obviously. Envy. Wow, card 20 coming out. So this could be, why does this card feel like there's more than one card? This could be you looking at, too much on social media, too much looking at other people's lives, or this could be someone else kind of, this could be a third party situation, someone kind of coming in and doesn't feel good to be around, or kind of making you feel less than, or making you feel like you don't deserve the things that you have, or kind of just energy vampire. Or like I said, it could be you looking at others, like, how come they're successful? How come everything's working out for them? How come, like, I sometimes when I'm in like in a really negative place, and it only lasts for like maybe 3 seconds, but I'll have that like feeling of like, why is it so much, like, 'cause I know I'm a good reader. Like I'm super, super confident in that. And so, and I'm not saying I'm for everybody. You match up with readers who match your frequency and your needs at that time. I'm not saying I'm the best reader. There's like thousands of incredible channelers and readers on YouTube, but I'm just saying I don't have concern about my abilities, but sometimes for like 3 to 5 seconds I'll be like, why is this taking me so, I feel like maybe long to gain momentum on this channel. Like I feel like they're good readings, I make good thumbnails, like, so I'll get that feeling of envy of like, it's not really envy, it's just a why. Like, why is everyone else seem to be so easy for their channels to blow up? When of course I know that's not the case, because I have another channel that's monetized, if you don't know, an ASMR channel, and it is not easy to get started. It just takes time and patience. So it could be something like that. Like maybe you want to grow your family and you're looking at all your friends and families having babies and you're just like, why can't I? Or you see everyone in happy relationships and you're like, why can't I have like a happy relationship? Like, what is wrong with me? So I get that feeling with this envy card. This figure's kind of looking at this golden palace, like they're in this dark palace. Like what's over there that I don't have? Oh, what's going on here? Yeah, the garden and the gate. So the garden and the gate card is about exactly this. Look how similar these are. This is like, this individual is looking out at what's out here in a way, and so is this small girl. She's looking out, but she's trapped. So it's, yeah, you're trapped by fear. She thinks she's trapped. It's 8 of Swords energy. She thinks she's trapped. He thinks he's bound, but if excuse me, if you look on the traditional tarot, I believe it's the 8 of Swords, and the figure could, I don't know if it's 8 or 9, the figure could just take one of the swords and unbind themselves. I can't remember if it's 8 or 9. But that's the energy I'm getting, is that you're your own kind of worst enemy. You could just open this gate and go out and explore, but this little girl, she's looking out here like, I'm not sure. Same as this one is, this figure. This is very interesting energy, very interesting. Let me get a drink because my throat chakra, I feel almost like I have to plead with you to get the message through, if that makes sense. Like I feel like I so want you to understand how you're keeping yourself trapped, like not me, but spirit really wants to get this message through. That I'm straining my voice, my throat chakra. You may feel that way. You may feel, I could be picking up on your energy, that you're straining yourself to be heard, that either you can't express yourself or that you're so over talking and over expressing and trying to get someone to see your point. But at the center of all of this conflicting, confused, anxious energy is this hold your vision. And it's so stable and it's so pure and it's so silent. It's fixed. So I feel like there's something at the core of you that just needs to be reactivated. This certainty about where you're going, about who you are, about the power that you hold, and that you can, and you will achieve this. You will release yourself from this bondage, whatever it is that you feel is holding you back and preventing you from moving towards what you want, and preventing you from, because I feel like what you want is just a peaceful, enjoyable life. I don't even think there's a particular thing on your mind. I think you just want happiness, you want peace, you want inner peace, satisfaction, fulfillment, and something is in your radar, either a person, a situation that's making you feel like you can't go out and explore. You can't move on into past this garden gate. You're somewhat trapped, is the feeling that I'm getting, or bound to something. Okay, more energy for pile 4, please. Fulfillment, yeah, exactly what I was saying. So this card has two meanings. It has the meaning of inner fulfillment, of you're like a juicy peach, something just being so satisfying, your life feeling fulfilling to you, like you feel happy with your work, it's satisfying. You wake up feeling like you have a purpose, and you go to sleep feeling like that was a good day, even if you didn't do anything particular. You just maybe puttered around the house, maybe ran a few errands, got some work done. You feel like you felt fulfilled in that day. But this also is I'm gonna have throat chakra issues through your whole reading. Your issue, did I say your issue is? I didn't mean to say that. The other thing is fulfillment, like something ripening. So this would be the card of a climax, a fiery climax approaches, or your harvest is coming in. This is also the energy and the card of you've been waiting for something to grow, and now the peach is fully ripe and you can pluck it from the tree and eat it. So this could be something you've just been waiting on, waiting for, coming through. It's the fulfillment of a desire. But what are you missing? Like, clearly you're not in an energy that would be conducive to manifestation. Just obviously anxious, discontentment, envy, feeling trapped is not the most ideal energy to create from. It's, well, scratch that. That is how you create. You create from contrast. You create from, it doesn't have to feel painful. It can be, just feeling discontent, or feeling annoyed at something, or feeling a little disappointed in something, or preferring something with some other way. That is how you create. That's how the initial rocket of desire goes out. But then you have to align with that frequency. You have to allow yourself to take the bounce and come back up and be in a higher frequency where you can hear the impulses to lead you to the actions, the synchronicities, the bridge that will bring you to the manifestation. It's like a bridge of synchronicities, or a bridge of opportunities, or there's a point where from the asking to the receiving, you have to take the action that spirit will call you along. Sorry, I can hear the garbage and recycling trucks are outside now, so that might be a loud squeaky truck for a second. Yeah, but how do we get you to shift out of this? The hold your vision for sure, this fulfillment. Like, if you planted a seed, hold your vision on that. It's going to produce. You just gotta hang in there. I'm gonna get a different deck here. They would like this one for you now. What are they missing? What's like the most strongest guidance we could give them? How to shift this feeling trapped. I heard you gotta find the opening. Yeah, you gotta find the gate and open it in this situation. So what's the gate that lets you out? For example, if you're like struggling with addiction, the gate would be calling a support center to get help. If you're feeling overwhelmed, with your responsibilities. The gate would be getting help, calling for a house cleaner or a delivery service. That came up in pile 3, I think. If you are in an unhappy relationship, the gate would be going to counseling, speaking to the person, filing if that's the point that you're at, if you're in a marriage or something. But again, don't take action without lining up your energy first, because you don't want to be taking action out of fear or out of anxiety, because it's going to produce the same result. But line up your energy and then see what action you're being led to. But Spirit's saying, find the door, find the gate, and open it. Find your sword and cut off the chains that are holding you. You have everything you need, Spirit's saying, to move out of this. For some of you, it's as simple as opening the door, and for some of you, it's going to be a little bit more steps to finding the door to open. But that's what they're showing me, is like find the hole in the wall. You know how in a labyrinth there's the hole in the wall that lets you out? That's what they're saying. Find the hole, find the opening, find the space. They're saying for some of you, you might have been waiting for someone to give you the path, the map, and Spirit's giving it to you. So listen to your dreams, journal, meditate. You're just showing me someone in the middle of a labyrinth in a meditation pose. Instead of searching and searching and searching and going around in circles, just waiting for the guidance, for Spirit to say, it's here. It's in the northeast corner. You can exit, and being led to it. And that's so much more effective than searching and searching in vain, because even if the door is right there, you might not see it if you're in a panic, right? If you're in a frenzy. Oh, I don't want those. I'm kind of oscillating between your guys' energy. Like I'm going into your energy to align with it. So then when I come back out of it, to kind of like move back into the channel a little bit, like I'm dipping my toe in, I'm a little bit disoriented when I come back into my frequency. So you may be like second guessing yourself, because you may be doing the same thing. You may be having moments of clarity and then moments of confusion. That's okay. Mending was in reverse. And I take it in reverse if my guides tell me to take it in reverse. I usually turn it over to read it. And they'd like to keep it in reverse. So I feel like there's something maybe you've been trying to fix, and it might be time to let it go. Spirit's saying, only take that if it resonates. I would always say, try and mend it, like, of course. But some things, man, like I've had to walk away from friendships. I never knew you could break up with friends, like, until I had to do it. Because sometimes you're just like hitting yourself head against a brick wall. Like, this person doesn't want to mend. This person doesn't want peace. This person wants to fight, and sometimes you have to recognize that and save yourself, if that's the case. So I wonder, what is your vision? And like, do you have one? Because the vision card, it's coming out like it's very quiet. It's like a steady energy, but it feels like a very inner desire that maybe you don't even know yet. And so Spirits, because I can't even pick up on it too much, like, what is this vision for your life that you have? So I feel like Spirit's saying maybe take some time and write that out. Like, sometimes we're trapped, but here's a strong message coming through that they're giving me. Sometimes we feel trapped, but we don't know where we're going. Does that make sense? So like, you're just walking around in circles because you don't even know what direction you're heading in. So sometimes the fastest way to get out is just to know I'm finding an exit, or I'm going to here. I'm in this city and I'm going here. I'm in this building and I'm leaving and going to my car. Like, sometimes we feel trapped in a situation. For example, you can really circle around a negative relationship or a friendship because you don't know, like I said, what you're trying to achieve. So for example, in the toxic friendship situation, when I'm in a situation with friends where it's not feeling good to me, I know where I'm going. For me, you have to add value, and I will add value to your life to have a friendship in my life. If I'm going to give my time and my energy to somebody, it has to add value back to my life, and I have to be able to feel authentic in myself and feel like it's worth me engaging in. If it's just a negative if everything's a fight and everything's just about a sounding board to cause conflict with, that's not what I'm looking for. So where I'm going in my life is I want positive, happy relationships. You can have conflict. That's not a problem. But conflict should be able to be resolved by sitting down and saying, hey, this was, a surprise to me. I felt disappointed when this happened. They respond, and then you move on and you grow from it. But if you're just having fights, toxic dramas, basically, because the person just wants someone to kind of soothe their inner traumas, right? And I'm not saying that's not what friendship can be there for. I'm just saying that's not the purpose of friendship, is to say to someone like, I'm mad at you because of this, and now I'm mad at you because of that, and now you shouldn't have this, and it's all like their inner child, and you're like, I wasn't even around for this stuff. Like, why am I taking all the blame for all of this stuff, for all of these triggers and traumas? But in a friendship, I know what I'm looking for. I know my way out. My way out is I want drama-free, positive experiences and interactions. And if something's not providing me that, and I've tried to mend it, then where I'm going is away from that. I'm going towards peace. Does that make sense? And sometimes in a toxic relationship, the same thing can happen, because you can kind of just think, well, this is where I am. This is my life. This is the partner I chose, and now I'm stuck in it. And unless you say to yourself, no, I'm going towards peace. I see a life. I have a vision for myself where I'm happy, where I'm laughing, where I'm supported, where I'm, have pleasant interactions, where we're expanding together, where we're having adventures. And if that's not happening, then that means possibly I need to move towards where that is happening. It sometimes becomes much more clear when you know what you want, where you're going. And if this person can come with you, great. But if they're not on the same page, you're not on the same path, right? So that could be a message. You might just feel like you're circling because you haven't defined what you want instead of this. You might have just accepted what you have. Like, oh, that's how friends are. No, that's not how friends are. Oh, that's how relationships are. No, that's not how relationships are. Taurus, yeah, this came up in pile 1. Remember? Oh, remember. I don't know, maybe you were from pile 1, were you? Remember how I couldn't remember what the other earth sign was? And it was Taurus. Cultivate. Card 2. I'm not really getting anything strong for that, unless you have Taurus like in your chart and that resonates for you. Cultivate. I mean, it could be cultivate the soil, like continue to work at whatever this peach is that you're trying to manifest, whatever this desire is. Continue to work at it, hold your vision, but also do the things that you need to do to till the soil, to cultivate the earth, to prepare, the ground for where you're going. Yes, I was just going to say, I feel like there might be some things that you're putting off. So surrender procrastination. Now is the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. So that's very much that cultivate energy. Start to take action towards something. This will help you get out of discontentment and boredom. Let's talk about discontentment and boredom, because I didn't get into this in pile 3. The feeling of discontentment and boredom, stagnant energy, what that's really about is stale energy. So when your higher self, the you that is in non-physical, or whatever you want to call it, the universe, God, your guides, when you have a desire and you're being called towards it energetically, because you're always going to be called towards your desire. If you say, oh, I really want to have a relationship, and you're not in one, you're going to start to be called towards that, towards the person who would fulfill that, towards the path, towards the steps that would align you with the person you're with. If that's the fastest path of least resistance for you to have a happy relationship, it depends on the person and the situation. If you don't take the steps, if you don't start taking action on the intuitive nudges, you'll start to feel stagnant energy, because you're holding yourself back from where your desire has gone. The energy is flowing this way towards your desire. And if you don't move with it and you stay stagnant, the energy starts to feel very heavy and dense and old. Like you're at the end of, like all the water has run that way and you're left in the muddy pile. The tide has gone out and you're left in the mud with like, what happened to you didn't go with it. You didn't go with the flow. You didn't go with the tide. You didn't go with the idea. So at a simplest level, this is like getting an idea for something, a business idea, and then just not doing anything with it and just sitting on it. You're going to start to feel bored. You're going to start to feel lifeless. You're going to start to feel disengaged with life. It's because you're being called towards something that would light you up, but you haven't gone with it. And often it's because of our own fears and anxieties that we don't take these steps, right? So what you're missing is you need to start to look at where you're going, and start to make that vision in your mind, that end goal, brighter and clearer than your current reality. Because your current reality is just gum with the flavor chewed out. That's past. You've already created that. Now what are you creating? You're either going to continue to create more of the same and stay in your discontentment and boredom and feel trapped and you're going in circles, or you're going to start to create the door that creates the solution, which means you need to start to I was trying to say energetically and magnetically at the same time. Menergetically, energetically. Okay, wow. Energetically feels like a word. You need to magnetically, energetically create the vision of where you're going so that you can follow the steps. Yes. But so that the universe can, so now we're getting into like quantum things and things like this, but I don't want to overcomplicate it. But basically, like I said, you need to know where you're going. If you get in your car and you have no idea where you're going, what are you going to do? You're going to sit in the car in the driveway. Stagnant energy, boredom, and discontentment. But if you say, hey, I'm going to an amusement park. Hey, I'm going to get ice cream. Hey, I know where I'm going. All of a sudden you're excited. You have a plan. You know how to take that route and you can put it in the GPS, right? So you need to focus on this vision of what you're creating for your life and start to take the intuitive steps that you're guided to in meditation, in journaling, not out of anxious or fear energy. Stop procrastinating on things that you know you need to do. If you need to make calls, if you need to set up appointments, if you need to get advice, whatever it is, start to cultivate this solution to get out of this and take steps towards it, and stop putting, I would hardly ever say this, but I would say stop putting so much energy into trying to fix something that maybe can't be fixed or someone doesn't want to be fixed. I would start to just focus on yourself. If they're offering and it's obvious and it can be fixed, then of course do that. But if it can't be mended, I would stop putting my energy and resources into that, and I would start putting it into creating my vision. And if this is about another person and if it includes that person, great. Create that vision of the two of you happy and healthy and satisfied and pleasant and getting along. But if it doesn't include that person, or if it's, a faceless person at this point, you don't know if it's them or not, no problem. Just create that vision of how you want to feel, to act as if. And that will give the information to the universe of this is where we're going. You're basically putting the GPS details into the universe. Universal GPS. You're putting the destination. This is where we're going. I'm waking up in the morning and I'm happy. I feel good in my body. I feel comfortable. My work is fulfilling. I have partnerships and supportive friends and romantic partnerships around me that are fulfilling and happy and easy and comfortable and exciting. I feel passionate. I feel alive. I have energy. And that's giving the universe these energetic coordinates of this is where we're going. Maybe that's not where I am right now. That's fine. I'm still in the car in my driveway, but this is where we're going. And now the universe will re-download to you the directions. That's as simple as it is. But you have to be listening for those directions. The directions come in intuitive nudges, comes in moments of meditation, comes in the shower, comes when you're driving, it'll just airdrop to you. It'll download into your awareness. And then your job is to take the action on that. And the thing is, when you're developing that intuition, you may not see where everything pans out. You may take the intuitive nudge and you don't feel like anything happened, but you can't know what that was for. Maybe it's for you to see this. Maybe it's for someone to see you. Maybe it's for you to overhear a conversation, see a billboard. You can't know what pieces of the puzzle are all needing to be added to create the final masterpiece. I'm going to wrap up your reading here. I'm going to get you one more card because I feel like I'm saying a lot to you and I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. It's not me. This is what's coming through the channel. But I already can sense that you're not feeling in the best place, so I don't want to add more to your... But I would maybe re-listen to this. How strange that there's 3 cards. Okay, did you guys just see that? I did not plan this. I'm not that clever. I'm so curious what these are. So we're going to take them because when I was pulling them out, I just realized I didn't get this deck, which I did for everybody else. But I got this as the final card. And This is so weird. Okay. Let's get those and then we'll get your final card. I'm wondering, are these the same cards that just were in... No, they're not. I thought in my mind maybe what I had done was taken the cards from the pile 3 and accidentally put them away in the wrong pile, but they're not the same cards at all. It's 4 different cards. I think maybe one is the same, or was it a different reading? Anyways, we're taking these because see how Spirit will just be like, put in there 2 cents. No, you're taking these 4 cards. So you have 2 of Gabriel. Wow, I love how that came in. Make bold and ambitious choices. Great progress is possible. Important relationships with people who share your vision. I just want to check my camera. Okay, good. It's still recording, but my low battery warning was off. My guides were just like, check the camera. So I do have to wrap this one up. But we were done anyways. But make bold and ambitious choices. Great progress is possible. Important relationships with people who share your vision. I love that. Oh, you have vision. I love that, with people who share your vision. So finding people who are on the same page as you, support, mentors, friends. 6 of Gabriel. Congratulations. You've done a wonderful job. Time to move on to the next project. Awards, scholarships, or promotion. So you could have a promotion coming up, a grant, maybe getting into the school you wanted, a scholarship, some sort of loan you applied for. 5 of Michael. This situation doesn't serve you. Release your attachment to the outcome. Consider taking a more uplifting approach. This is basically what the whole reading was about. So I think we're clear on that, but Archangel Michael coming through to clarify that. And oh, the Empress card 3, Archangel Gabriel. Time to act upon your plans. Yes, exactly. Creativity is rewarded. Luxurious or abundant resources. Yeah. There's a lot of like time to make progress here. Time to act. Time to keep moving. We'll get a final card for you, and definitely time to release things that are no longer serving you and move towards your new vision. Final card for pile 4, please. Oh, I love this. Card 21, Great Awakening. Walk in your truth, stand firm in your life and in your light, and how can you trust yourself more? Yeah, I feel like this might call for you to go off a little, on the less traveled road. And I know that that can be scary. Like, I get it. It's especially if you're not used to that, if you're used to kind of having a structure, like a family structure or a marriage structure or a friend group or a company that you work for and you go out on your own, or you leave a marriage or you leave a friend circle. I get that, but this is, and you're not alone by any means. I'm just saying sometimes when you're leaving the garden gate, maybe you're going away for school or for a job or something, it can feel like you're going out into the unknown. But this is encouraging you, walk in your truth and stand firm in your light and trust yourself. Okay, guys, I'm going to close out your reading there. I hope you got what you needed. If you're going to another pile, I will see you there. If not, I will see you in another reading on another day. Thank you so much for being here. Be well.